What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, everybody. It's your boys at Kush and Kicks. It's your boy Q. And special shout out to our boy MJ, who is taking a personal day. We love you and miss you. And he'll be back with us very soon. First and foremost, want to give a special shout out to our wonderful sponsors that make all of this possible. Bad Moms Customs, if you guys are looking for decals, consignments, you guys are looking on any kind of artwork, something super creative, clothing, she does it. Hit her up. Great person. And then we can't forget about CEP Presents. I know 420 Music Fest got postponed, but if you want tickets here on Kush and Kicks, just make sure that you stay tuned because we will be posting when it gets posted, I guess, and we'll make sure that you still get your tickets and that you're still able to join us because you won the tickets here on Kush and Kicks. And today we have a very, very special guest with us. Our special guest, Mr. Jevin. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Well, thanks for having me, Q. My name is Jevin. I'm with Lake Effect, and just happy to be here. Appreciate the time on the podcast. Looking forward to talking about all things cannabis and seeing what we can do out there. I think we got a few surprises, so stay tuned.
Absolutely. First and foremost, you guys know it's Kush and Kicks. We're going to talk about the kicks real quick. And the Travis Scott's released. All draws have been damn near done now. If you didn't cop a pair, the market's still fluctuating. Hopefully next week you guys will be able to catch an exclusive in-hand look at them here. I'm really hoping. Who knows? But we do have some shoes to talk about. We got something that's nostalgic and something that's new and something that represents us, 420 podcast. You know what I'm saying? Kush. Can't wait. But this one right here. So this is a Jordan 13. These are the playoffs. So Jordan wore these. These are that dirty Chicago color. You know what I'm saying? It's got the black with the red and the white. Just a really iconic shoe. Someone that I know you know a little bit about shoes.
I mean, I remember these shoes going up and down the court, beating the Pistons, which was upsetting me back in the day because I'm a Pistons fan, and Jordan crushed my hopes and dreams for many, many years. But other than that, no. I mean, magical shoe, magical brand, magical player. I wish I was cool enough to know more about all the Jordan shoes, but maybe one day. I mean, yeah. I mean,
okay.
Awesome
So
job. I want to see the movie too.
Yeah, the movie
gonna be
aired.
sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting great reviews. Pretty soon it will be on streaming networks. I can't wait. I know I'm gonna be first in line or first at the clicker to see it. But this shoe dropped and it kind of sat for a second. In the sneaker culture, the more nostalgic things are tending to sit more. And it's crazy because this is what started the brand, this was the bread and butter, this is what helped elevate it, what kept taking it to the next level. This was like a ooh when they first came out, and not to see that same excitement and it so well received by the community, it's kind of heartbreaking. But I like this shoe. I remember when we first started the podcast, I swore up and down 13s were my favorite silhouette. I've since evolved. But I personally think this is a good shoe. I mean, what do you think about it? Like, what would you give it a rate, 1 to 10?
I mean, 10 to look at for sure. I mean, 0 to wear because I wouldn't want to get it dirty or anything like that.
Well, these shoes are definitely made to be worn. Your shoes can actually deteriorate if you don't wear them. That's the crazy part about it. But so this is a cop for you or a drop?
I mean, I think it'd be sweet to have them in a display case with a bunch of Jordan cards around them, like in a man cave or something like that.
Okay.
Awesome conversation piece or something like that. But amazing shoe. I'm sure they'd be great to wear. I'd be too paranoid to get them dirty to wear them.
No, I totally hear you. Well, shout out to Bill Play for letting us get this shoe in hand. If you guys need a shoe, if you're looking for something, definitely go in there, check it out. All prices are negotiable. They will definitely work with you, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Bill Play inside Crossroads Mall.
Love Bill Play, another locally owned business.
Absolutely. You know,
Amazing
we're
work
all right
over
here
there.
in the 2 Kicks 9. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make something happen.
Taking advantage of opportunities.
Absolutely. And speaking of taking advantage of opportunities, we all know the Giants are a great franchise in baseball. And with baseball in full swing, I thought it was only suitable to bring on some baseball shoes, you know? So Nike SB did a collab did a whole pack actually of MLB inspired shoes. They did the Phillies, they did the Mets, they did the Giants, and they did the Dodgers. So they did quite a few of them so far of the baseball inspired shoes, and I really like this shoe. It gives you some nice exclusive detail, like inside, like, you know, in San Francisco, you got the river where they're always out there canoeing and catching the balls and stuff like that. So they got like that little boat right there. It's really nice. I mean, comes with different laces. Another thing I really love about SBs is they always come with different options, you know, so you can switch it up and make it really your own personal style.
Yeah, I like the orange laces. Hunter's orange.
Yeah, you know, it's like just popping.
But yeah, no, that's sweet. I mean, I hope they do the Tigers, honestly.
Well, Tigers better start winning then. You know what I'm saying?
You know, they definitely better start winning. But I think an Old English D on a shoe like this, maybe some blue and white would be real sweet. But
and see, yeah, that's the best part about it is like you could get a shoe like that and you can customize it yourself. You can have someone embroider that bad boy, turn that bad boy into the San Francisco to Detroit.
There you go.
Those are pretty sweet. That's a good idea. Hey, if anybody knows how to embroider, holla at us. We might have to make something work. So what would you rate that shoe?
I'm not a Giants fan, so I don't give it any points for that. I mean, it's a nice shoe. I like the ankle support. I'm sure it'd be super comfortable. I could see myself walking around in an amusement park or something for a while in these and probably being all right.
Yeah, so actually the SBs, they have an extra lining of cushion,
Nice.
Not only in the heel, but in the, why am I doing this? On the insole.
The Achilles, the insole.
So the insole has an extra air bubble as well.
Nice.
I mean, they're made to skate, so if you're just walking around in them, they're definitely going to be cozy and comfortable. It's definitely something I really look forward to in my SBs, because y'all know here on Kush and Kicks, I'm an SB head. SBs.
Bargain basement pricing, too, I see.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know about all that. But, I mean, like I said, all the prices at Bill Play are negotiable. That's the best part, you know?
Then that's just a starting point. So.
Absolutely. And then, in spirit of today, I know everyone is anxious and everyone is excited. I know you guys see the bag sitting here. Don't worry, we have the names tallied up. I believe I checked earlier. I think you have like right around a 1 in 60 shot of winning one of these bags. That's all the people that followed us on 420. If you commented on the bag post that we had circulating for the last week, there's a lot of opportunity, and these bags are full. Pick up your bag, see how heavy that is. That's all
heavy.
cannabis
I
products.
mean, it's full.
You can take a look at it
full.
too. We just can't show the people exactly what it is.
The bag is pretty nice too.
Yeah, we customized those bags.
Oh yeah. Yep. There's at least a party for two in here.
At least a party for two. And that's if you're like thoroughbred.
Got some awesome Requis.
Shout out to the Requi. I see you matching the hoodie.
Yep. Call Requi.com. Get some delivery.
Absolutely. So in spirit of that, we have one of the Stony SB Dunks that came out. This was the Stone Fruit that came out. This one is modeled after the pineapple. So they all come with this special detail. I'm telling you, SB takes time for the special details. You got a little pineapple in there. On the opposite shoe, the pineapple is all nice and hazy-eyed. Mm-hmm. It's really, really cool. These weren't as well received as its predecessor, the Strawberry Coughs, but it's still a great shoe to have in your collection, especially if you are a stoner, if you do like sneakers. I mean, this is a nice colorway too. I don't know. I'm digging the yellow.
I mean, if pineapple were a shoe, this would be it. So, I know we got some pineapple fans out there, from what I hear. So
I mean, it's crazy how much of like a kind of a cult following pineapples have.
I know it is. I see people with pineapple tattoos and all kinds of pineapple stuff. So here you go. Here's your pineapple shoe. It's got a sweet pineapple logo right there. I mean, you can't beat that. For some reason, this looks like something Will Ferrell would wear. You know, I see Will Ferrell in this shoe. I don't know what it is,
but Will Ferrell, low key, is a sneakerhead too.
I know, yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Yep.
So maybe he might have those in his collection.
He might have these. If anyone's got it, it's Will Ferrell.
Well, that's awesome. I know you guys see little Easter eggs hiding all throughout. We got another pair over there. The All-Star Weekend Nike Dunks over there. That was another great shoe that was not well received. I mean, it kind of came out at a bad time when they like switched up where the playoffs were going to be, and it was kind of this whole crazy thing.
Thank God COVID's over.
Yeah, thank God, right? And then we got you can see the Bread 4s over there. We wear our shoes over here, but that's still such a nostalgic shoe. You can rock it every day with everything. I'm really thankful for my shoes. We had the Wizard 3s that just released. If you guys were lucky enough to catch a pair of those, I know we showed those with Sneak Beast. I was really grateful that we got to show those early. But the next shoe really to look forward to, I think, is probably I don't want to like give too much away because I really want my fair shot at getting this shoe tomorrow. But tomorrow the GGs are dropping. The Kobe shoe, since they extended the contract, they had the Mambacitas that came out, and now the GGs are coming out, and they're gonna have GG's number on them, and it's gonna be a really cool white and black colorway. Releasing on sneakers tomorrow at 10 a.m. So, hey, you heard it here. Like, that's your chance to get them because they're not coming to no JD Sports or no Finish Line or anything like that. So, definitely make sure you guys tap in with that. On that note, I think it's almost that time.
Uh-oh. What time's that?
It's almost time for us to start talking about you a little bit.
Oh, damn. I thought we weren't going to have to do that.
I mean, we might have to do it just a little bit, just so that people could get a little familiar with you.
So
that's
cool.
just give us a little bit of insight about who you are.
Yeah, I'm Jevin Weinberg. I'm one of the co-founders of Lake Effect and Doja and Recweed.com. Been in the cannabis game since about 2015. When we started Lake Effect, and just kind of go from there and trying to build on the opportunities that were there before, and continuing to try to create opportunities and see how much we can do here. So we got a great group, a great team, phenomenal team, a lot of people from the Kalamazoo area that know this area well and have a lot of pride in this area and being involved in business in this area and trying to do things the right way. And we've kind of been that way from day one, and it's paid some dividends for us over time. So just grateful for all that, and happy to be on your show. Appreciate everything you guys do for the cannabis industry. You're great ambassadors for the industry and a great example for a lot of people out there. So thank you, and
we appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. And looking forward to getting to know you a little better too. So.
Absolutely. You guys hear kind words from this man. He gonna make me blush. Look at me. But that's awesome. I mean, it's so good to know, like, especially when you can buy local. I mean, everyone always talks about buy local. Like, when you can do it with cannabis, I mean, why not, right? I mean, that was what your caregiver used to be. That's what this next step should be too. Instead of just going straight corporate,
Definitely, we're one business that you can support that's a locally owned business. We try to keep as many dollars as possible in the community as well. Just trying to lead by example and make sure we do things the right way. The city of Kalamazoo has a phenomenal social equity ordinance, so businesses are incentivized to do various givebacks and things like that. And our company in general is definitely one of the best in the area, and we should be, because we have, I think, probably more employees than most other companies. But the areas in Kalamazoo that were determined to be essentially overly policed with cannabis offenses were the North Side neighborhood, the East Side neighborhood, and then the Edison neighborhood. And when we did our social equity check-in, one of the things they ask you is how many employees do you have hired from those 3 particular neighborhoods. And we had 26 from those neighborhoods, which was more than any other company out there. And if you add up the wages to those 26 employees over a year, it was over $1 million in wages. So that's one way, creating opportunities and hiring people from those areas, especially who are hard workers and phenomenal workers, and we're lucky to have them. So, but making that a priority, I think, is important, and not only for this industry but other industries as well. And that's one way to lift up this community, and one way that we're happy to do that. So very proud of that and many other things. I also serve on the board of the Michigan Cannabis Industry Association, which is the largest business association in Michigan for cannabis, for the cannabis industry, and we advocate for the cannabis industry rules and favorable rules, essentially, throughout the state, and for businesses in this industry, and for a lot of other things as well. So it's definitely a privilege, and very grateful to be able to have a voice on that board and support this industry in that way, and as much as I can. So without a great team around us, we wouldn't be able to do anything like that. So really, it's all about everybody kind of pulling in the same direction, and we got some great leaders in the organization that do a good job of keeping people pulling in the same direction.
Hey,
so,
well, on that note, why don't we just go ahead and get blazed?
Let's do it.
And
wait.
shout out to Blazed Gummies. If you guys are either new in the game, or if you guys are an experienced edible consumer, they're the perfect one for you, because they got the high dose and they also have the micro dose. So if you just want to dabble and just try it out, you know what I'm saying? Definitely try them out. And then shout out to CT Visuals. I know you guys seen the reel that just went up from Doja. Shout out to our boy. He's working hard. You know what I'm saying? He's grinding, and we appreciate him over there. He's getting it done. So shout out to CT Visuals. Make sure you guys go like his last post for sure. So this right here that we're about to spark up, I'll actually let you do the honors. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks.
So this is a live rosin infused pre-roll. Better known as a donut.
It's a beautiful thing.
Better known as a donut.
The products that have come out in this industry over the last few years
are crazy. So this is a new product from Lake Life Farms. Shout out to our boys out there. We saw them at the Bud Tenders Ball, which we'll get into a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? But this is new to the market right here. This is an birthday cake. Sorry. I almost said ice cream cake.
There's a lot of cakes out there in this industry.
There is. So we judge it on a few things here at Kush and Cakes. We're going to judge it on the packaging, we're going to judge it on the taste, and we're going to judge it on the high. Sometimes the high gets a little fuzzy, just because we're already so high. But
MJ's missing out. That's probably why he's not on this show, because he knew I was going to be here. He was going to get too high. Yep. Shout out, MJ.
Shout out to our boy.
The packaging doesn't wow me. It's a little kiddish with the coloring, honestly. The flavor was awesome, though, and the smokability is great.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on the packaging. I'm sorry, you guys put a diamond in a McDonald's bag. This is delicious. This is a great joint. I thoroughly enjoy this. This right here, I think could use a little work. I kind of like the crayon look, but I feel like it just needs to be different. It's cool. It just needs to be a little different. I don't know how to explain it. And not the tube. Something like that needs to be in a glass tube. That's delicious. So out of flavor, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. What would you give it on flavor?
I'll give it a 8.5, 9.
Okay.
Makes my nose tingle a little bit when you smoke it. That's usually a good thing.
Right. So is this something that you would purchase again if you saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So this is a cop for you. Yeah,
Pre-rolls are my favorite thing of all the products out there too. So
I love the conveniency of pre-rolls.
The conveniency, the everything about them.
The creativeness too.
Yep.
Because people are getting creative.
The variety.
Mm-hmm. So this is a cop here on Kush and Kicks. So here at Kush Kicks, we like to dive into our guests a little bit, and just kind of figure out who you are. So give us a little backstory of young Jevin. Jevin. Kalamazoo native.
Yep, born and raised in Kalamazoo. Grew up a couple miles down the road, actually, on Cork Street. Went to Illinois Norris, graduated from there. Played sports mostly through high school. I wasn't really that into school personally. I got good enough grades to get by. I decided early on I was going to join the military after high school, so knowing that I wasn't going to go to college right away, I kind of just took the easy classes later on in high school and got through it. But playing sports was awesome. Met a lot of great people doing that. And then went in the Marines after high school and did that as a Marine reservist for about 8 years. Through that, I was activated a few times for some tours of duty in Iraq. Again, we left that place better than when we found it. And then got back home and just, started a job at a RV factory. Was working there for a while, and then one thing led to another. I got sick with cancer in 2013, and going through chemotherapy led me into cannabis and how medically valuable it was, insurmountably valuable it was medically, and I knew I had to be involved in the industry after that. I just didn't know really how I could be involved with where the industry was at. That's when I started educating myself on Michigan's cannabis industry at the time. We're fortunate here to have so many heroes before us, John Sinclair being one, all the way back to the 1970s with his activism in Ann Arbor and helping to decriminalize cannabis in Ann Arbor, which planted a seed that eventually grew into the caregiver law, which was passed in 2008 by a lot of hardworking people. Laws like this getting passed by citizen petition are very rare in this country, and it takes a lot of hard work and effort to do that. Knocking on doors day in, day out, unpaid volunteers, spending 80 hours a week, mailing out flyers, putting signs up, trying to get the word out, trying to get hundreds of thousands of signatures on a ballot to get a vote. And they got the caregiver law passed in 2008. Fortunately, the citizens of Michigan passed that, and then that grew and grew and grew and educated people and normalized it somewhat for more and more people, and until we were able to, after subsequent years of trying to get on the ballot for recreational, it finally happened in 2018 and as expected passed.
Absolutely.
And then laws have been created around that, and I've been lucky enough to have a voice in some of it since the very beginning. With Governor Snyder appointed me to the Cannabis Advisory Board, which was a board that advised on the creation of the laws and which laws should work in this industry and which laws probably wouldn't and why. So we worked hard on that, and I think we put out a pretty good rule package overall, given what the legislature, the confines they had us work within.
Right. Because back in the day, it was really dog eat dog. Like they kind of fed you guys to the wolves. Like, yeah, y'all could do it, but look, we haven't really made the rules yet, and we're gonna change them every single step of the way.
Right.
That's kind of crazy.
This is being a new industry and something that's never been done before. There was no education whatsoever really in Lansing in government. The only education is just the stigma really and the illegality of cannabis, and so. But there was a lot of open-minded, good leadership there that was willing to sit down and listen to people and activists and for hours and hours and hours. And activists did a great job of getting in front of their legislators and making sure that they knew that cannabis should be a priority and why it should be a priority, and just continuing to beat that drum. And
Hey, and we
It's been great to see.
beating a different drum nowadays. Thank God.
Yep. So now we're a few years down the road, and we got a real industry developing, and
Absolutely.
tens of thousands of jobs created, and $1 billion industry already after only
And
a few
that's
years.
crazy because we talk about it all the time. Like, this is definitely still in its baby stages. And the best thing that we can do in these baby stages are break the stigmas. You know what I'm saying? That, the biggest one that I think everyone in our industry deals with is people that think, hey, yeah, I work in the cannabis industry, you're lazy. No. No. It's so much the opposite of that, and I just want to make it normal. Like, it's got to be normalized. It's got to be something. I want it to be looked at just like alcohol. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be looked at like alcohol because some people look at alcohol fucked up, But I want to be able to wear a shirt that has a pot leaf on it to my child's school and not get stares and not be like, oh shit. I want to be able to walk in somewhere and just have smoked and not get stared at. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine, dude. Like, stop. Like, don't worry about what I put in my body. Like, what you tripping? Like, do you face things like that?
You still face things like that. I mean, we've come light years in 6 years probably from where it used to be, where you really had to hide and had to worry about police interaction for just smelling like cannabis. So we're a long ways from there. I mean, you can pretty much smoke weed wherever you want to, and the cop's not going to bother you about it. So, so that's good. Criminalization should have never been involved with cannabis. It's ruined so many lives, and that was the main reason people voted for it so it was decriminalized. There's a lot of people that voted for cannabis that will never smoke cannabis or never use cannabis, but they didn't want to see people arrested for it. So, that's amazing that that no longer happens in Michigan. It still happens in other states, and it's still ruining a lot of lives there. But the normalization in Michigan continues. Every dispensary that opens, every business that opens, there's some normalization going on. I think you can still see it in some of the laws around social consumption lounges and events, how strict they are right now.
Right.
That it's because we're not normal enough yet.
Exactly.
And the voters did regulate marijuana like alcohol. That was the name of the petition drive. And when they mean like alcohol, it doesn't mean for everyone to get fucked up like they do on alcohol. It means the regulations should be similar or the same or even easier than what the alcohol regulations are. And that isn't just a store in town that sells it. That's like alcohol everywhere.
Right. That's across the board.
Not drug tested for cannabis anymore in any industry where there's no risk to somebody who may be in some type of high pressure job or something like
absolutely.
that. But still, testing for cannabis should never make you lose your job unless you're proven to be intoxicated on the job.
Yeah, I mean,
like alcohol doesn't.
Yeah, last week we covered how the NBA is changing that they won't be drug testing players anymore. So like, that's huge because the NHL was the first of the pro athletes and stuff like that really stopped that. And I think it's great because you got athletes that could have lasted longer in sports if they weren't taking pills. You got, I hate to say this, but you got big executive CEOs and stuff of Fortune 500s that hey, they probably wouldn't be so depressed and on all these medications if they could just smoke some weed and not have to worry about it. You know what I mean? And you got people that could have been great in history that got chastised because they were smoking weed. I think of NFL player Ricky Williams. You know what I'm saying? But now he's making a career out of something else, and I think he got into
every time that happened, it took a small brick out of the wall that's standing in everyone's way.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't all in vain when that stuff was happening, but yeah, it was unfortunate, and it's still happening. I mean, you still see that happening out there. It shouldn't happen that way at all, but
no.
Every day we get a little more normal around the country.
So as we get more and more normal, I know you've done a little bit of work with another company that definitely tries to make it normal, the Great Lakes Expungement Network.
Yeah. Redemption kind of is, they do so much great work with the Great Lakes Expungement Network with Josie and that whole
Shout out
crew.
Josie.
I mean, yeah, they're the best. I just saw them the other day, but yeah, just trying to be part of the events that they do,
Right.
which are great events in the industry, and just donating some money and time through those events, which goes, we know, to the best cause possible, the expungement of records that should have never been in place anyways, and denied people opportunities that they should have been able to take advantage of. So phenomenal organization. Also heavily involved. I'm lucky enough to be on the state work group for social equity. Very privileged, and we meet once a month to talk about what we can do better in the state of Michigan for social equity, given within the parameters and laws that we have. The answer to that, number one, funding is really hard to come by, so that makes it difficult. But the state has sponsored a program and puts on a program called the Social Equity All-Star Program. We happen to be gold level members of that program. If anyone is interested in looking that up or any information about it, I definitely recommend going to the state of Michigan's website and just Google CRA, the Cannabis Regulatory Agency, and you'll see a link to the Social Equity Program right on the homepage and the businesses that are participating in it. And there's a couple of links in there that are important links, and one of them is the list of companies that have applied to be essentially sourced as social equity organizations for whether like volunteering time or getting funding from businesses that are private cannabis businesses. So there's a link on there that you can click on. There's several organizations. Some of them are veterans groups. Some of them are inner city community organizations that businesses can real quickly, without having to spend a bunch of time, they can see a list right there of organizations they can work with that are vetted by the state and are doing great work with whatever it is they're doing. So I'd highly recommend everyone go to that. The other one is the JVPP, the Joint Venture Pathways Program, which is a private-public partnership, or I shouldn't say it's a private.
That's a whole lot of P's.
Yeah, there's a link to it on the CRA's website, but it's private business groups that apply to be on there, and it's private citizens that apply to be partners with those business groups, and those citizens are typically social equity applicants or something like that. Somebody that may be looking, maybe they have a passion somewhere in the industry and they're looking to get in the ownership side of things, and so they put an application in there, and these ownership groups look at it and say, hey, there's a couple of social equity applicants in the joint venture partnership program that live in Grand Rapids. Let's reach out to them and see if we're going to get ready to open a store in Grand Rapids. Let's see if maybe they want to partner up on that. And then you start talking about that, and then maybe it's just a great way to get people together and creates opportunities for people, and can. I know
it's basically a way to collab. Like we talk about that all the time on Kush and Kicks about collabs. Collabs make the world go round, whether it be in sneakers or it be in cannabis, and we've been seeing a lot more of that. It was really cool. The first thing I instantly think of is the One Well Earl King release of the pre-roll. It had One Well, Earl King, it had Lake Effect and Doja on it. That was great to see because those were all local companies, that were working for one unified goal. And I mean, that's still another part of normalization is when we get cannabis into all these different avenues. That's how we make it more normalized. Now it's in the brewing industry, you know what I'm saying? So that's another avenue. That's another platform. You got all these hipsters that they're microbrews and stuff like that saw that and was like, yo, there's cannabis that tastes like this beer. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna go get that. So I think that's another way that we make it more normalized is pushing it into different avenues.
Definitely, it was great to work with them on that collaboration. They made it easy.
Yeah.
And the beer.
Did you try the pre-roll?
I did. The pre-roll was good, and the beer was good. So we, hopefully we get to do something like that again with them, no doubt. But yeah, that is part of the normalization side of it, and another big thing that we like to focus on is education if we can, and we're lucky to have an organization like KVCC locally who has been willing to open their doors to the cannabis industry and has started a curriculum out there. In partnership with Green Flower Media, it's like an online cannabis course, but it's a solid course, and anybody who goes through that will come out of it knowing a lot more than they did going in about cannabis. So,
and is that something that's been well received?
It has been well received. Yep. It's about, I want to say it's 80 hours of coursework is what they consider it, and you can do it all online. So you have, I think, about 3 months to get through it.
Okay.
Is what they, and then of course there's some testing after each section, but there's a manufacturing course which is about growing, and then there's a processing course, and then there's a retail specialist course, which is the dispensary side of things. So
that's awesome. That's
3
awesome.
different ones if you have any ambitions on those, and on that side of things, or just want to learn more about cannabis. Great way to go right there.
That's awesome. And that's something that I is there like a program, like does your company offer like a program, like if your employees take that course?
Yes,
like
we offer reimbursement for that course. Yep.
That's awesome. And see, that's why you guys got to know like where your bud tenders are actually educated, because like bud tenders hold such a high priority, you know what I'm saying? Like they hold like such a big responsibility of educating the people, because when people come up in here, they're looking for something that's gonna help them. You know what I mean? And they're looking for you for answers. Like you're the bud tender, you got to be able to know what the hell they're talking about and what you're talking about. That's it's great to see your guys' companies taking that so serious. And I hope more companies lead by example. Hey, if you're a bud tender, say, hey, I want to be enrolled in this class. It's like you said, it's online. You know what I mean?
Yep. Green Flower Media. You can actually take the classes through their website themselves. If you take it through KVCC, they do some tours and stuff of some local facilities and do a little more in depth. And then you get a certificate. But you can take it online and pay Green Flower as well. You don't have to go through KVCC. So
and
there's
absolutely,
2 ways to do it.
Anybody out there, if you were looking for your way into the cannabis industry, you're good with people. I bet you if you go online, you take that course, and then you go apply to any dispensary, they're gonna be like, hold on, you're actually serious about this. I bet you're gonna get a job. You know what I'm saying?
I've looked at a lot of resumes over the years, and rarely do you find one with any cannabis education whatsoever on it.
So that'd be a big green flag. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like, I'm gonna look at you.
Yep, and that's one thing about cannabis too, is that the one thing that's great about the industry is, I mean, you can have a PhD in psychology or a doctorate in some science or whatever. That when the cannabis industry, that you weren't educated on it, so you're pretty much all starting out at the same level at the ground floor of knowledge. So then if you really have a passion for the industry, you want to get promoted.
Now's the time.
You can do that.
It's quickly evolving. I mean,
nobody has a master's degree in cannabis, so you're not competing against anyone with a degree in anything really.
No.
Showing up on time and is a skill. So
and understanding that working in the cannabis industry is still work. It's still
definitely
work.
It's grinding.
That's the biggest misconception.
You're not always going to get happy customers, and it can definitely be monotonous for sure. But if you love people, you'll pretty much love the job in a dispensary anyways. Processors and grows are a little different.
So what is this right here that you have us smoking?
We had some new stuff. I was at Lake Effect on Westnedge. Good Life Infusions, Super Sour Diesel.
No shit.
They got the nice neon outline packaging. That always kind of catches me.
I mean, it kind of gives you like the Miami vibes, you know?
Yeah, kind of looks like Miami Vice right there.
Yeah, it does. Holy shit. Holy shit. Jevin's trying to fuck me up.
That's good,
That's
though.
what he's trying to do. This bad boy is coming in very, very high. And when I say high, I'm talking about like, MJ always makes fun of me because of how old I am. This THC number's higher than my age. I'm just saying. So
it's not higher than mine.
no, it's like almost right in between both of us. That's not bad. That's not bad.
We were talking about gifts and stuff earlier and surprises, so I want to get this out there before we get going too far. We might give something away to the audience here, but that's from all of us at the crew. Lake Effect Doja, Requi, Black Market.
This is for me?
Yeah, we got something from MJ too, but he's going to have to come get it.
Oh, so I can open this?
You can open it, yep.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't think I want to shake
Hopefully you don't have one already.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So we got the Cartas.
This is Carta, yeah.
So it's a sweet device. I don't know if you've used it before.
Tell me a little bit about this.
So it's you can smoke wax out of it or herb. It's got two different inserts for the bowl. You put a little bit of water in here.
Okay.
Your heat settings are down here. You hit it out of the top, but it's a lot smaller than a peak.
Okay.
So a lot easier to carry around. Got some temperature settings that are super high or super low, so you really get a good range of different ways you want to hit wax, whether they be slow or hard.
That is so dope. Well,
yeah, they're nice.
Appreciate y'all.
So, and we got one here to give away to somebody in the audience as well.
Oh, snap.
I don't know, however you want to decide to do that.
So check this out. Let's go ahead and break down how we're going to do the giveaways tonight. So we have an air package right here because, our boy MJ's not here, but he's still coming through with an air package. So one guest or one viewer will receive that. One viewer will receive my air package right here. And one viewer will receive a Carta. So we can be twinsies. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Well, shit, we appreciate that. With all of the events and stuff coming up, we like to talk about events. We hit quite a few of them this week. We had the Bud Tenders Ball on Thursday. We went out to Detroit. Shout out to Gans for having us out there. It was an amazing time. T Grizzly showed up.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? He pulled up. That was crazy. Absolutely insane.
And then played No Effort.
It was absolutely insane.
If you're T Grizzly, your life must be no effort. So.
Yeah, and we were getting ready to leave, and me and Phoenix were coming down the stairs, and all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, get out the way! Get out the way! We got T Grizzly coming through." I'm like, "They full of shit." I started walking down the stairs, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's T Grizzly." I was like, "Phoenix, we gotta go back upstairs. We gotta go back upstairs." So we went back upstairs. It was a dope time. They always come through with the dopest goodie bags because if you don't know what the Bud Tenders Ball is, it's a big thank you to industry folks for making it through 420. 420 is a crazy time.
Everybody can exhale after that one.
Absolutely. There's a lot of anxiety building up to 420 and getting through 420. You know what I'm saying? Anything and
months
everything.
of planning and just craziness.
Absolutely. So it was a great time. Everyone ate, drank, and smoked, and it was just a phenomenal time. And then we followed up Saturday with SneakerCon. SneakerCon, look, if you think you're going to SneakerCon and catching some deals, you're not. There's not going to be no sweet deals like that. It's not going to fall through like that. Understand, people paid to be there, and they try to make their space, worth it for them. Look, you got to come with a check. But understand this. You can find just about anything you're looking for, except for if you're a 10.5.
What about the last hour of the show? Do they start trying to sell stuff on discount towards the end of it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because we met a few guys
they don't want to fly back home with all that inventory, do they?
No, we met a few guys that that's what they do. They go from they follow SneakerCon around. Wherever SneakerCon goes, that's where they going. They just moving their shoes. That's what they do.
Word.
And it's crazy to see so many people all enjoying the same thing. You see a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying, in the sneaker culture, which is great because they're just little entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure it out, and
soaking it up.
It's great. So you gotta like try to push that. Like I let go of a pair of shoes I was gonna get yesterday because this little kid came up. He was like, "Hey, how much for those?" And I was like, "Hey, are those your size?" He was like, "No." I was like, "What you doing with them?" Trying to trade up for the Travis Scotts. I was like, all right, little man, let's see you hustle. And he ended up hustling the dude and getting him for a decent price. So like I couldn't even be mad, you know what I mean? Like it was just a great time, and it's great to see the next generation take over, like not take over, but like they're coming up. They're putting in their work, you know what I mean? And that's great cuz you see that in the cannabis industry too. Like there's a lot of next generation cats that are coming up that are like putting in their work right now, you know what I'm saying, doing their due diligence. So are there any up and comers that you're excited to see?
Oh man. I don't know. We've been working with, Valorcraft is a great grow. I think they'll do good things for as long as they're involved in the state. We love Freshy Fine. Awesome company there, but everybody's trying to be an up and comer. Really, I mean, everybody's just working their tail off, trying to figure out, what to do next, pretty much, and if they, open stores or close stores or open grows, close grows.
Let's talk about that a little bit because the market's been kind of wishy washy, and it's finally starting to be on the upward trend. How do you see that going in the future here?
I'd say it's probably going to continue on an upward trend at least through the summer.
Okay.
We'll see what the outdoor crop harvest ends up doing to prices. Brian Hanna, the new director of the CRA, he's number one. He started unannounced inspections, which hadn't really happened before. He always had a call ahead or a notice when the CRA was coming through. But when you're doing unannounced inspections, you can catch somebody doing, if they're not playing by the rules, they're a lot more at risk of being caught when there's unannounced inspections going on, especially when you're doing them widespread. So nobody knows for sure yet how much of an effect that's going to have on the overall pricing in the market, but right now that seems to be one catalyst for the price going up. We'll see what happens from here. There's a lot of speculation out there about companies that weren't playing by the rules. I'm not
gonna speak on any names.
I'm not gonna. Eventually,
all things you do in the dark come to light.
Eventually, it's gonna affect your business model to the point where everyone's gonna know either you closed down or you sold to somebody or something like that. But it's a competitive industry. It's a dogfight out there.
Right?
Yep. But there's a lot of demand, a lot of market, a lot of people out there love smoking weed in Michigan.
That's true.
So if you have a good wide variety of products and good staff, then it's a good combination. So
I mean, another great thing that we got going for us as well is that we have a few neighboring states that still haven't gotten their heads out of their asses. You know what I'm saying?
Tourism's a real thing for sure. I mean,
what do you see happening on like the federal level?
Oh gosh, probably nothing. There's just too much gridlock. The Republicans don't want to come this way. They don't want to come towards cannabis.
Man,
they know how much power it means to law enforcement, really, and controlling people's lives through the smell of cannabis being probable cause. That right there was really systemic racism's best friend through the years. And every state that legalizes, law enforcement no longer has the smell of cannabis as probable cause to enter your car, pull you over, enter your house, do whatever they want to do, basically. So that's a big give and take right there, and that's why it's so hard to. That's why the federal government doesn't want to legalize.
Thank you. Sorry.
And that's why they don't want to legalize, and that's especially why Republicans don't want to legalize, because we know Republicans are, for the most part, a bunch of old white dudes that are stuck in 1950 and want things to stay in 1950, and we're not there.
Right, but as time goes forward, those people are. You got like that. that mindset, that way of life, like that's our job, right? Is to like normalize it and educate people and to push forward. So you got to think like the next people that are coming in are gonna be the people that actually have their shit together and like know, like, you know what I mean? Because hey, nobody can live forever, right?
For sure, and slowly but surely, I mean, the legislature, there's more talk in Washington right now at the federal level about cannabis than there ever has been, and that's just going to continue until we get federal legalization. But the steps we go through in between now and then, there's going to be a lot of them probably, and who knows how long they'll take. The first one is the biggest one. I mean, just getting the banking passed is impossible nearly, because they know that if they pass banking, it completely legitimizes the industry in the eyes of federal law. And
right, because all banks are federally insured.
They know that once they do that, the walls, the rest of the walls around cannabis are going to come crumbling down really fast.
Right.
So,
but you know what's not going to come crumbling down? Spark in the Park. It's going to be a festival. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Super excited about Spark in the Park. June 10th and 11th. If you don't have your tickets, make sure you grab your tickets, because it's going to be one for the books. And that's one that you guys are going to be there, right?
Yep, can't wait. I'm going to have a bunch of point of sale systems, so we'll be selling lots of weed of all types, shapes, sizes. We won't go out of stock, guaranteed. And when you mix weed and great entertainment, you don't get better than that.
Absolutely.
And summertime in Michigan, definitely, it'll be worth it. Both days will be worth it. There'll be good food on site as well. So come and hang out with us for a couple days.
Excited about
I'll be out. Come smoke with me.
Hey, and shout out to Redemption. The guys over at Redemption really are doing it. Shout out to our boy Ryan. He was on the show just recently. It was always a pleasure to host Ryan. You know, he's always got so much knowledge. He's just a book for you, you know what I mean? And he'll just open up and tell you about it, because he's really about it. And we love all of the work that the Redemption Foundation has been doing. You know, you gotta support the good guys, you know. But on that note, I think it's almost about time for us to give away some shit, but we're not going to give away the air packages yet for tonight. I know you guys see the bags. We're going to get to it. We're going to give away these bags. These are the first annual post 420 bags. We started at midnight on 420. We sparked up, talked about it, told people what we were going to be doing. And we hit the road, you know what I'm saying? And did 420 at one dispensary in the morning, you know what I mean? We traveled out, did another dispensary. We hit a brewery. We hit a couple more dispensaries, you know what I mean? Just went crazy. And we filled up these bags for the people. So I'm super, super excited to give these away. So tonight we have a special wheel that is just of that. And I think it should be going up any time now. Very, very shortly. But how was your time? You enjoyed it here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as everyone made it seem. It's pretty chill vibes, you know.
Anytime you can smoke weed, and chat about cannabis, I'm all for it.
What do you see in the future of cannabis?
Bigger things that none of us have even seen right now. I mean, we're going to see medical breakthroughs. That'll be the most important, enduring legacy, and long-term legacy will be the medical side of things. And I can't wait till there's better infrastructure in place to do that. The business side of things is just going to be bananas. You can see it in every state that legalizes. It goes to $1 billion industry almost overnight. That's because the demand is there in every state.
Right.
It's whether it's being done by people without licenses or people with licenses. And once it's done with everyone with licenses, I mean, it's hundreds of billions of dollar industry, and that's not even to consider some of the offshoot industries that are going to develop from it, like pharmaceuticals, but then you're going to have things like cosmetics, and then getting into hemp and all that. I mean, it's just going to be
sustainability and all that kind of stuff, renewable resource.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to see, bigger and better things.
I'm excited. All right, yeah, spin it up. Go ahead. All right, the first bag is going to be MJ's bag over there. So, hey, we appreciate you guys following us. I know it was early. I know you had to roll over out of bed, kind of wipe the sleep out your eye, look at your phone. Hey, what's up? We appreciate that. That's support, you know what I mean? We're dedicated, so we appreciate our viewers being dedicated. Let's see who's gonna win it.
Who are we about to smoke for?
Who we about to smoke for? Light one up. I'm happy for whoever wins it, if I'm being honest. Like, it's a good package.
This is the longest wheel ever.
Yeah, it just keeps spinning. And then it slows down, and then you don't know who's really gonna hit it. It might be. It's slowing down, bro. You might miss it.
All right.
I don't know. Nope, you missed it. Pink Haze.
Nice.
Hey, shout out to the ladies over at Pink Haze. We appreciate the support. We had the director on our show a few weeks back, and it's been all love. So guess what? You and the girls get one of the backpacks to share. Split it up amongst the ladies.
Congratulations.
Share. That's awesome.
It's a lot of good weed, so get ready.
You know what I mean? And what better people for it to go to? That's amazing. Mm-hmm. I can't wait. Make sure you guys, if you guys win any of these packages, hit the DMs. Pickups are usually Monday between 10 and 3. If you guys have questions, we'll send you the address. And if you can't make it out on a Monday, if it's special circumstances, we might be able to make something work. Hit the DMs. Talk to us. Let's see. Who's gonna win this one? Hey, we did customize these all by ourselves. You know, we did that right after midnight on 420. That was a great time.
Personal touch.
Yeah, you know, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it special. Okay, bro, it's slowing down. You might win, but then you were just this close, and it's gonna stop right there. So we got 2663_12 gauge. Yeah. That's who we got. Appreciate the Instagram love. Hey, that's what it is.
12 gauge.
Yeah.
Come like get your bag, 12 gauge.
There you go. But don't come with the 12 gauge, goddammit.
No.
Listen to me.
No.
All right, so now we got the air packages that we will run. That will be momentarily while we're sitting here lighting up. What did you light up?
One of my favorites, Peels from Hog.
No, shout out to the Peels.
I mean,
we love the Peels.
There's never ever been a bad one of these created ever.
Have you tried? Do you like concentrates?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you say it like that?
I like them, yeah.
Yeah.
I like them, yeah.
Have you tried the smoker, Rogue Peels concentrate?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I couldn't believe that when I first tried that. Like, the terpene profile on that is just ridiculous. It actually tastes just like it. Oh, I love it.
Smoking in that Carta.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna try this bad boy out. I'm excited. This is sweet. This is super sweet. We appreciate you guys.
For sure. I was hoping MJ was here so we could smoke out one with him. Get him super stoned.
He said get him super stoned. See, MJ's he's not with the dabs like that. It's gotta be a special occasion.
A special occasion.
Well, while we're getting this wheel spinning, you know, we gotta say shout out to the boys at Doja, you know, the House of Ounces, home of the $5 gram, right there in Portage, and new location in Waterville. They've been grinding, you know, and we love them out there. If you guys are ever around, make sure you guys stop in and pick up a bag, because you won't be disappointed.
Doja's awesome.
All right, let's see who's going to win this first air package. We're going to do my air package first, which has some hot Cheetos in it. I'm excited about that. I want to know how the hot Cheetos are. Please tell me, because I kind of want to try them. All right, John, it's slowing down. But then, John, it passed your name. I apologize.
We gotta give John a free pre-roll or something.
We gotta give John a sound. William Douglas. Shout out to William Douglas. Congratulations. You won the hot Cheetos. Plus you have one of my absolute favorite. These element carts, these live resin carts. So tasty. And not only that, but it gives you the nice little terpene profile right down there. Delicious. All right, let's spin it. What are you doing? Yeah, we're spinning. So
What's this? Are we giving away this card?
We're gonna give away this one next.
Oh, this one? Okay.
We're gonna give away FJ's Air Package next. Then we're gonna give away the card. The card is gonna be the final one.
Okay.
Who's excited about this? Is anybody excited about this one? Let us know in the comments.
It's the Carta Focus V.
Carta Focus V. Sounds fancy. This peels is slapping though. This is a cop for me every time. Anytime I see peels, I gotta grab it.
It's a good chaser after an infused joint too.
Okay. I like it. And a nice mellow out the palate.
Smoke a element and then smoke a peels.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. He said smoke a element, then smoke a peels. What do you have to do after this? Absolutely nothing.
Then smoke.
Hey, John won. That's good karma, right? That was John. He almost won the last one.
Nice. Oh, okay.
So John,
So we got more than a free pre-roll. Then.
Yeah, he got a whole air package.
Right,
I mean, there's some good stuff in there. There's a quarter in there. There's an eighth in there. A couple pre-rolls. You got some good stuff in there. All right, this next one is for the Carta Focus V. I wonder who's gonna take that home. And hey, it's for dabs, it's for flour, it's for everything. It's for everything. It's for exactly what you need.
It's a sweet device. I've used it.
Yeah, is it? Can you compare it to the Peak?
Like a Peak, but smaller and more efficient.
Okay. I'm excited about that. I'm excited. All right, so who's actually gonna get to try one as well? It's slowing down. Let's see. It might stop. Oh, so close. There it is. Michelle Flynn. Michelle Flynn, congratulations. Congratulations. You won a Carta Focus V.
You can't pick these up. They are in stock at Lake Effect Doja.
Oh, you can get your own.
So
Just in case you want one.
they're just not free there.
They're just not free. Only here on Kush and Kicks. We appreciate you guys. And until next time, 2 Kicks 9.